In this week's video, I do a lot of painting and redecorating to my new Bohemian patio, and we go back to my sister's cottage to work on her entertainment center. I also painted some more pillows, a rug, and did a lot of spring planting. And my sister got rid of her armoire and got a new vintage dresser. Okay, it's another Sunday. It's been a week since I have felt better. I feel like I took almost a week off. I didn't. I worked, but in slow motion. Taking out the trash. Levi! Levi, where are you? Hey, over here. Levi. Sadie, I missed you. Are you out in your sunshiny spot again? Are you out in the hello, Sadie. Let's see what's happened. I've been gone for a week. It looks like Danielle put down some crushed granite. That looks very nice, and she changed out her entryway. Here's the entertainment center. It's looking good. I have some breaking news. Danielle decided to sell the armoire. She wanted something smaller and with drawers. So she found this, I think on Facebook Marketplace. It does look really good. And she also didn't want to have to paint anymore. Big shocker, right? So this is already painted. I don't know with what kind of paint, but it looks pretty. It looks very pretty. Danielle found this 1920s dresser on Facebook Marketplace, and she was able to sell her armoire for what she paid for it and get back the cost of the materials she put into it.
So I got the armoire all ready to go. Someone's coming to pick it up today. It's beautiful and I'm gonna miss it, but it just didn't work out for the space that I had. But it turned out lovely, and I'm sure the new owner will appreciate its beauty. I distressed all the details and made it look finished. I will miss it, but it definitely didn't fit my space the way I thought it would. And there's my new piece, which is a little smaller, more functional with the drawers. I feel like my room can breathe a little bit. The light comes in a little better. There it goes. I've had a whole week of being sick, and I feel like I haven't accomplished much. What do you want me to do here, Danielle? Explain what you would like.
Well, you asked what you could do to help if you wanted to chop tomatoes or onions or whatever for breakfast. And I said, instead of that, would you just restyle my bookshelf? Because I don't know how to do that.
Okay, she's done a pretty good job. Like, it's not bad at all. But styling bookshelves, it kind of also goes into like if you have a store and how you merchandise things. There's definitely an art to it and some tricks to it. It's a matter of putting like things together and mixing up textures and color and balance. There's a whole bunch of things. This could be a whole video in itself. I am gonna turn off the camera now. Then I will come back after I've switched it all up and just kind of shown you the difference. Maybe pause it right here, take a look at the before, and then we'll see what I can do with the after. We're gonna come back to the final results of my sister's entertainment center. But now I want to take you over to my house. I got these plain white velvet pillows to put in my antique mall space because I want to demonstrate how you can paint velvet with DIY paint. Because it is so pigmented, you can water it down and use it like a dye. The benefit of this is that you can blend it on and get all kinds of great results that you wouldn't be able to get with normal fabric dye. And now I'm working on a rug. But before we get to that, let me show you the outdoor pillows I painted for my patio last week and the final result of the velvet pillows for my antique mall space. I'm getting ready to paint this rug for my patio. This is the before. It's an outdoor rug and it needs a pink background. Okay, we are making progress. I'm about to add the darker pink into the background. I'm saving that because I want to do a before and after photo. I ordered this outdoor rug because I want to put it out on my patio. I also chose one that has a white background because when you're painting a rug, it is like dyeing it, so you can only go from light to dark. So I'm painting the white background with the pink colors to tie in with the color scheme of my patio, and I'm using my water bottle to water down the paint. I want to make sure that the paint works into the fabric of the fibers of the rug. If the paint sits on top, it's going to make it rough and crunchy. So I'm working it in like a dye. Common question I get asked is, will the colors run if the rug gets wet? You need to heat set it. You can do this with an iron, you can put things in the dryer, or you can let the sun heat set it, as you will see later in this video. What are you guys doing?
Connected.
They're connecting my...
They're connected.
They're connecting my pieces.
So now they'll stay together.
All right. And Grandpa made me a little shelf over there, so I have to stain it, and then I can put plants on it. Dad's got to put nails up there so the birds don't caca on my thing. Hey, I am at Barrels and Branches. It's a very cool nursery in Encinitas. I ran over to my local nursery to get some plants because I want to stain that shelf my dad just put up and add a bunch of potted plants to create some privacy and add some color and texture. I'm using Dark and Decrepit. It's our water-based, non-toxic stain. I'm going to water it down and work it into the wood grain of this shelf that my dad built. I'm using my water bottle, pushing the stain into the grain of the wood and wiping it back. This stain is so much easier to use than a stain you would get at the hardware store that's oil-based and takes forever to dry. It's beautiful and it dries in seconds. A little goes a really long way. I used probably 1.5 ounces of this 8-ounce jar. When we left off with my sister's entertainment center, it was halfway done. I wanted them to add another shelf and add some boards to the back.
Sadie.
Are you gonna videotape me maybe?
I am.
Or Debbie?
Sadie, are you on my legs? Sadie, what is Mom doing? What's Mama doing? Is she painting?
Painting again. Painting.
Wait,
Painting is dancing. It's like dancing. Paint. Paint.
What is she doing? Sadie, what are you doing?
Yes, it's true. My sister hates painting. I don't even know how she would be able to stand painting if she had to use regular hardware store paint. Our paint dries 3 times as fast. It's not sticky, it's easy cleanup, and the results are beautiful. I really don't know why she's complaining.
You're blending into the tires. You're blending into the tires. So we took the top panel off. Mom, are you over these?
I'm over it.
She's over it. So we're working on the top panel.
I wanted my dad to take some fence boards, stain them with our dark stain, and cut them at a diagonal so it would mimic the look of the bottom piece that my sister got from Home Goods and tie it all together.
All done?
Okay, all done.
Hey Dad, what does that say right there?
My dad can fix anything.
My dad can fix anything.
And it's true, our dad can build and fix anything. I'm loving how this is looking. There is still a blank spot behind the television that I want to fill in with some kind of texture. I'm thinking some old shutter doors maybe. Do you have any ideas? Let us know in the comments. Sister, how do you feel about how it looks now?
Much better.
So here is how it's looking. I still have, I don't like the way the plant overlaps the sign up there. But this is how it's looking now. Let me know if you can see the difference. When I style a shelf, it's a matter of balance of color, texture, and focal points. You want everything to kind of have its own focal point. So you don't want to lump all your books together in one giant pile. You want to break them up with different things so the eye can rest, if that makes sense. Now let's get back to my patio. This pillow is made of outdoor fabric. I got it at Home Goods for $14, but I wanted to add some pops of color to go with my color palette out there. So I'm just filling in the white spots with some shades of pink and coral to kind of jazz it up a little bit and make it look more custom for the look that I have going on. Okay, I've had this little round pillow for a while, but I spilled coffee on it right there. And I'm thinking I can paint yellow around the blue embroidery. So that is what I'm gonna attempt to do, because every time I walk by this, the yellow stain bothers me. Right. There's a better look at the stain. I've got liquid sunshine, I've got my spray bottle, I've got my brush. The first thing you wanna do is spray your fabric, and I'm hoping that the yellow will not color the embroidery thread. We will just see. So you want to get the fabric wet, and I'm going to stain the white fabric. It doesn't take a lot of paint because DIY paint is super pigmented. I am just dipping my tiny brush in the lid and making sure the fabric is wet. If the paint sits on the surface of the fabric, then it changes it and makes it crunchy. The sun was setting, but there was still a lot to do. I still had to replant all of my dead plants and repaint that horrible decrepit chair back there and throw some stuff away. I have got the rug laid out, and now I have to put the plant in and doll up this raggedy chair that's been ignored. Okay, we ran into a little bit of a problem. This pot has been here so long that it's very brittle and cracked. I need to get a new pot, something big enough so that my bush that I want to grow up and kind of provide a little bit of privacy will be able to grow. So I've got to stop what I'm doing, go to the nursery, and get a new pot. So it's off to Home Depot we go. Okay, I am at Home Depot now, and since I'm here, I'm probably going to get some things for the shop as well. I've always wanted this plant. It is a beautiful plant with purple flowers. I hardly ever see it available, so I picked up one of these for $20. Geraniums are great for potted plants and areas that get lots of sun. This is the same exact pot I had before, and it lasted 3 years. I thought about buying it again, but then I thought, why not buy something a little more expensive that will last forever? So this is what ends up happening when you're trying to get some decorating done. That pot didn't work. I paid $20 for the plastic one that lasted me about 4 years, and this one was $27. So I'm gonna paint this. I wanted to just get the thing planted and done, but you know, that's how it goes. So we're gonna paint it real quick. Hopefully it won't take more than a few minutes, and then we will repot and put everything back. I poured out some petticoat pink, poured in a little bit of this new experimental color that we're working on for the future. Okay, we have it now. I don't have it thoroughly mixed. I like it to look kind of variegated when I brush it on. I'm gonna take my blending brush. This is the exact bright but pastel peachy pink color I was hoping for. This chair is next. It needs some love. I am not sure what color I'm gonna paint it. I have a cushion that has survived the last 4 years. It just needs some cleanup. And I'm gonna dark stain these planks. This was one of those chairs with the wire springs that I had my dad put boards on. Not so fast, Debbie. Then I realized that that cushion was totally moldy, so I went back to Home Goods and I got distracted by a few things. That outdoor ottoman was $12 on clearance. And here is a look of everything all planted up and the cushion that I painted yellow. I'm not happy with it. I'm probably going to paint it over later, but here is a look at the chair. It totally needs to be painted too. And Bobby showed up to help me hang some lights and the umbrella that's been sitting in the corner. I wasn't sure how to hang it up, and Bobby came up with a great idea.
Still have to secure it at the bottom.
So where would I get a stand?
Well, they have these little tiny ones. I think I have a little mini one.
Yeah?
Yeah, a little tiny one.
Well, that would be stinking cute.
Yeah.
Bobby,
You're being in the way of the arm.
isn't it cute?
Yeah, it's cute. Very.
Look at that. Bobby's so genius.
Whoa.
A lot of sawdust. Good thing I have that vacuum. My style is definitely not Bobby's style, but he's always supportive and cheering me on. This head vase was also on clearance for $15. I am going to paint her and doll her up with some IOD molds in a future episode. Whenever I go to Home Goods, I always check out their design books. This cute one about yard sales was just $10, and the coffee mug you can get on our website. I have quite the collection of design books, and they're great inspiration, and they usually cost about half of what you would find in a bookstore at Home Goods. Next week, I'm going to start working on my dad's cottage. I have this nautical surf vibe in mind for him, and I have a few projects for my sister too. So be sure and subscribe because we've got a new video coming every week. To find DIY paint in your area, or to sell it in your store, or to find all the products used in this video, click the link below. Thanks for watching. Bobby put up these lights for me and the umbrella. So pretty.